But today's the day that we've been looking forward to for years, where we get to show you just some of the games that demonstrate our belief that PlayStation 5 marks the biggest generational transition our industry has yet seen. The content we've curated for today's event showcases how PS5 has inspired developers to create new experiences that are transformative.
They're killing the sound
in
design
how they
on this.
look,
It's just
sound,
keeping
and
the
feel.
hype, man.
Enough from me. We're gonna have the games do our talking.
Oh man,
Fucking big dick over here, dude. Jesus.
okay.
There's that logo.
A hero's just someone who doesn't give up. Your dad said
Infamous?
That's what I'm thinking.
that.
Spider-Man.
He was right.
It's Spider-Man. Oh, it is Spider-Man.
Now it's
These
your turn.
motherfuckers, dude.
Go be a hero, Miles.
Whoa.
Okay, let's do this.
What the fuck?
Bro.
Fucking chills. I wonder if this is just DLC. If this is going to be like a launch theme DLC. Or like smaller game, you know what I mean?
Holy shit.
Oh my
yeah,
god.
dude.
Captured on PS5. Holy
Holiday
fuck.
2020!
What?
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
What? No,
I should have done it. Fuck,
These
I missed my
motherfuckers,
chance.
dude.
Ratchet? Astrobot?
Knack 3?
If it's fucking that, god damn it.
That's Ratchet.
Dude,
Yep.
yes,
Wow.
yes,
Wow.
yes,
Wow.
yes,
Let's
what the
go.
fuck?
Oh, what a great day. What a great day today is.
It
Oh my
appears that
God.
the dimensions are collapsing on one another. If we cannot get to... Right, the ship. I mean, we can't be that far.
Oh, Clank is so shiny.
They have found us, Ratchet. How do I steer this thing? Ask nicely. Slow down, please. That's not listening. The dimensions are weakening considerably.
This is freaking cool.
This is awesome.
How bad is it?
Whoa, like a Fast and Furious when they're flying down the building.
Well, it is certainly not good. Great. Where are we? Beats me.
Like Guardians of the Galaxy going to all the different worlds.
I feel like this is a crossover. I feel like they're gonna cross this
Yeah, watch it
thing.
end in Napland.
Dude, if it ends with Knack, I swear to God. What if like Jack and Daxter show up?
Oh my god.
Knack and Dexter.
And Sly Cooper or whatever.
They got separated.
Ratchet. We are too late. Ratchet?
Oh, shit.
Oh my God. That Avengers music.
Hi, I'm Marcus Smith, creative director at Insomniac Games. The entire studio is so excited to be able to share with you a first ever look at Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, a brand new, full-length, interdimensional adventure built from the ground up for the PlayStation 5. We're doing things we've never been able to do before, like use dimensional rifts to be able to leap from planet to planet nearly instantly, or put ray trace reflections on Clank. All of our alien worlds are filled with density and life previously unseen. Plus, Ratchet's all-new arsenal is more exciting than ever thanks to the DualSense controller's enhanced feedback.
That's one
Ratchet
blessing.
One
and Clank
DualSense.
are near and dear to our hearts at Insomniac,
We're
and
only
we can't wait
14
to share
minutes
more
in,
with you
guys.
in the future. But for now, here's another look.
Yo, Ratchet's getting full ray traced reflections, bro.
Did you see that?
Whoa.
from above.
Nice sand shark! Nice sand shark! My heroes!
Was that a kraken?
You're the ray tracing on the ground, bro.
Octopus.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
I will never get used to that. Hey, break reality. Don't let him get to the boss! Did Dr. Nefarious really resurface after all these years just to try and take over the universe again? Yeah! I kind of wish he was doing a worse job! He must have more plans.
What the fuck is happening? Dude.
We demand to see Mr. Zircon right now, Insomniac. Show me Mr. Zircon.
The thing is, I don't even give a shit about these two little freaks, but I do now. Like,
Because they're in 4K, ray trace.
yeah.
That's all of them.
That music is great.
This episode is brought to you by Sonic the Hedgehog at Topgolf. Y'all, when you take one good thing and you take another good thing and you mash them together, that is when magic happens. Kinda Funny loves Sonic the Hedgehog. Kinda Funny loves Topgolf. So you know Kinda Funny is hyped for Sonic the Hedgehog and friends to arrive at Topgolf at supersonic speed on Friday, November 15th with the launch of the new Topgolf game, Sonic the Hedgehog, exclusively available for play at Topgolf venues across the United States. Created for players of all skill levels, which is great for me, Topgolf meets the fast-paced action of Sonic in this new in-venue game where players go head-to-head in iconic virtual Sonic environments, Green Hill Zone and Sky Sanctuary. You can play as 4 iconic characters, Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy, to hit springs, collect rings, and destroy badniks. For players making the transition from a joystick to a club for the first time, Topgolf has your back with its new club, the Sure Thing, designed to make golf less hard. Come play around with your friends and family at a Topgolf near you and try out the new Sonic the Hedgehog game. This episode's brought to you by Aura Frames. The holidays are all about connecting with loved ones, and there's no better way to do just that than with a digital picture frame from Aura. You can upload your favorite pics of the family to one frame and relive all those happy moments again. Or you could share big news, like a new addition to the family. Most people at Kinda Funny have Aura frames at their desks, and it's always so fun to walk out in the studio and see what memories they have displayed. It's a great gift for your parents or grandparents, and you can even surprise them with their gift being preset with your own pictures. And if that's not personal enough, you can even upload a video message to play on the frame as soon as they plug it in. So the first thing they hear is your voice and how much you love them. For a limited time, visit auraframes.com and get $45 off Aura's best-selling Carver Matte frames by using promo code KINDAFUNNY at checkout. That's auraframes.com, promo code Kinda Funny. This exclusive Black Friday Cyber Monday deal is their best of the year, so don't miss out. Terms and conditions apply.
The year is 2024. Lasers are a commonly used technology. Snakes have been replaced by small robots and nobody noticed. The government tells us we must choose between resolution, frame rate, and quality. We will not be lied to. For the first time in this long, bloody war, the full power of the visual triangle is ours. On sale now at kindafunny.com/store.
Blessing, what do you want to start? What when you think about what you just saw, what's the one that jumps to
I
you?
mean, I'm probably most excited for Spider-Man Miles Morales.
yes.
Like, one, that's a great name. Just calling it Spider-Man Miles Morales, like that's a good direction. It makes me wonder, like, if we're going to get a Spider-Man 2, and if this is just a spin-off, because there's more to the and I guess spoilers to Spider-Man 2018. Right, there's more to the Peter Parker story there. There's like stuff that's set up, and it doesn't seem like that stuff is, as far as what we can tell from the trailer, it doesn't seem like that stuff is tackled really in Spider-Man Miles Morales. And in this Miles Morales game, right? Like if it's a spinoff, like that works, right? Like that's cool. Like they're able to tackle into his story without necessarily being like a thing within the main story.
Sure, totally. And that's what we were talking about while it was live, right? Tim, you're with me that you don't expect this to be a full-fledged game, right?
Yeah,
you expect this to be like the DLC.
Here's my thing. I hope that it's more like Lost Legacy than it is DLC.
Sure.
I hope it's a bit more substantial of a thing. It's hard to believe that could be the case of it coming this year, but I mean,
that's 3 years.
Is it
right?
though?
Like,
I mean,
Lost
I
Legacy came out the year after Uncharted 4.
I feel the way that they pumped out the DLC that this could be like close to a 10-hour little, again, not DLC, but a $40 thing, you know,
which is it's awesome. And I mean, knowing Insomniac, right? They've done that before with Ratchet.
And it definitely, like, we should have seen these signs, obviously, like with the way the first Spider-Man ended, and you know that Miles is going to play a key part in the future. But then with all of the, check how fast Spider-Man loads on the new PS5 SSDs, you know, like all those footage we were seeing, all those leaks, it was right in front of us, guys. We just never saw it, you know?
Yeah. And to me, I think this would make sense from the sense of Insomniac has multiple teams working on them, working for them, right? Like it's been I guess only 2 years by the time this is going to come out. Like this strikes me as like a Lost Legacy type thing where it'll probably be a little bit shorter, but I don't necessarily expect it to not be a full game. Like I kind of expect it actually to be like, how much was Lost Legacy? Like $40?
It was 40.
I expect it to be in the $40 range, and I won't even be surprised if it is like a $60 thing where they are treating it as a full-fledged title.
I just love that it seems to be a launch title. Like that is such a
holiday
cool
2020. Yeah, that's the same thing they're saying for PS5, right? I think for sure it's a launch title.
That's a baller move that I wouldn't necessarily expect from PlayStation. Like traditionally, we haven't seen them launch with like some of their heavy hitters, and you don't get much heavier than Spider-Man, right? Like that's very, very cool. We've been, theorizing like, oh, is it going to launch with Horizon? And we talked about that for years now at this point. And I think that the one thing that we're always kind of debating was like, oh, does it make sense with not enough PS5s in the wild or whatever? How do you get PS5s in the wild? Spider-Man.
Yeah. You take your best-selling PlayStation game of all time, and you give it a sequel or DLC. I mean, this is going to be standalone. I mean, but you know what I mean in terms of a full-fledged sequel versus a smaller experience. You put that out on this thing in day and date, and that's the other thing. I saw people in our chat talking about it, like, oh, well, this will clearly be a cross-play game, right? Or a PS4 and a PlayStation 5 version of it. You do think so?
I think so. Yeah.
I think they leave it on PlayStation 5, man. I think this is what because like that's the other thing where as we're going through and this is all happening in real time, and obviously we're catching up and doing stuff, right? Like I'm the one who's been saying Horizon 2, which we now know, right, is Horizon Forbidden West.
It's still 2. It's Horizon 2.
No. You said they hit it. You said they hit a 2 in the title, which I didn't see, but I haven't had a chance to go back and look. But when Angie talked about it, she said Horizon Forbidden West. She did not say Horizon 2 Forbidden West.
Because definitely there's a 2 in the
PlayStation talks about it here. They call it in their official press release Horizon Forbidden West. There's no 2 actually in the title.
In the logo, I see the 2, but I think in the actual title it's just Horizon Forbidden West.
But what I'm driving to with that one before we get sidetracked too far is that I've been saying that's going to be a launch game, and they did not give a release date for it. They just talked about it and are welcoming you back and showed you the trailer and showed the infection that we saw at the end of. I see what you mean, the no Roman numeral there in the line.
Yeah,
gotcha. Anyways, they were the infection that that red stuff we saw at the end of Horizon, right? It was like one of the teasers is actually going to be the thing. It looks like Aloy has to stop that as it goes across the world. But back to my point here. So we see all these Sony first-party games here, and it is that question of, well, how many of them are actually launches, right? Like, what are we talking about in terms of stuff that'll actually be out for holiday 2020? And what Astro's Playroom, I don't think got a date on it. I'm looking at their thing and coming back over here.
I don't think they got a date.
Yeah, and so it's one as you start looking to it, right, of what actually got dated. Like, it's a big deal that they said holiday 2020 for Spider-Man Miles Morales, because for the rest of them, they really didn't. As I'm looking through here and scrolling, right?
And that was the thing I actually wanted to bring up when you first asked, like, how we feel about the conference overall, because my one critique is that it seems like we don't have a good idea of what the launch lineup is. Like, I assume that quite a few of these games are going to be there, right? Especially the ones that say holiday 2020. Like, you can assume that those are going to be launch titles. Yeah. But for the most part, like, the launch lineup doesn't seem clear. And that's something that will probably clear up as we get closer and closer. But like looking right now, right, like Spider-Man Miles Morales is going to be holiday 2020, so that'll probably be either launch title or launch window. Bugsnax is holiday 2020. I fucking love Bug
It's
Snacks, man.
like bug juice.
And I'm looking through, like, I try to take notes as the conference went on, but like some of them kind of lost me. But those are the only 2 games that I have written 2020 here, and I'm sure there's other ones. Spider-Man and Bug Snacks. I'm sure there's other ones, but I probably missed them.
Yeah. Well, it's that I'm also comparing off of things right now as I look over here because like I just got a press release from Jet's 2020. I saw that. I have a release here from Annapurna saying that Solar Ash is going to be 2021, and then Stray is set to be 2021.
Yeah, like a lot of these games are 2021.
But that doesn't bother me because 2020 is just a month and a half for what they're referencing here, right? Like the difference is so minor, and I think that obviously you can't have too much stuff at launch like that. Then that just doesn't make sense. Like have Spider-Man and have the third-party titles that we can all kind of expect will be there. You know, the Assassin's Creeds and Call of Duties and whatnot. Like I also think that the launch lineup will become clear once they start talking price and date.
For sure. And also Godfall, I should loop in there, and NBA 2K21.
I the whole time I was thinking, like, I would have loved to have been a fly on the room in Sony during all of the Xbox third-party showings, and I would have loved to have seen if they added or removed anything from today's conference because of the reaction to Xbox's conference. Like, if it, was there anything reactionary that was done there in terms of, you know, none of the, we need more futuristic looking things, or we need to ease up on, you know, the old gen shit. Like, obviously this is focusing on PS5, but I'd still be so interested to see what their reaction was to this.
The main parallel that I saw was the NBA 2K thing, where like it's so well mirrored that Madden 2021 reveal from the Xbox thing, where I was like, oh yeah, EA obviously made some kind of deal with both of them to be like, hey guys, you guys get Madden, you guys get 2K, and we're gonna do the same exact thing where we have an athlete. This time from the New Orleans Hornets?
Pelicans,
baby.
Pelicans.
That is made up. That is such a fucking...
It's not.
Last
Do they even have Pelicans?
Bill and Ted did something in the universe, and I wake up and you guys are all like, oh, it's always been the fucking Pelicans. And I'm like, I've never heard of this team in my life.
When this stream ends, you need to look up the first New Orleans Pelicans mascot. I'm telling you, it's like gritty level of really bad and horrifying. Yeah, look it up.
It's fantastic.
Terrible.
Yeah, man. So something I want to bring up actually is the start of this conference. Like, it's starting with the Rockstar logo was definitely misleading, and I think kind of like a bad look from just like a overall perspective of we all have understandings of what that means. You know what I mean? Like, we expected some major announcements, but now that it's all over, now that we have the context of all the amazing announcements they did make, I think it's fucking brilliant. Start with that. GTA 5, one of the best-selling games of all time, right? Like, the people are continuing to play. Show the commitment that game's going to still be playable on the next system, and lure people in to have hey, if you're playing now, you can work your way up to that with the money that they're giving them. It's just like, that's a great way to kind of keep people in these giant games as a service type things.
Yeah, and it being free is crazy.
The online, it's like that stuff. That's great. All of that stuff is like great news, and I love that they were kind of like, here it is, cool. That's the old. Let's move on. Let's all have the new stuff now. All of that's great from a business perspective. There's still so many questions I have about the PlayStation 5, and I'm not worried. I'm not upset that they didn't talk about all this stuff in this because they said they were going to show us games, and God damn it, they did. But I still want to know about their smart delivery type thing, their backwards compatibility type stuff. Like, I want more details on all that, and it's nuts. We still don't know.
Well, this is back to the whole thing of what we were saying beforehand. When I say we, I mean me. Is that they would end with the console, right? And then not give you release, not give you price. And it'll be down the line. There'll be a blog post. Because, you think about it, we still don't know the UI. We don't know what the PlayStation 5, like when you turn it on and look at it, and how organizing things is going to look. One thing I do want to toss out from a you're wrong perspective, I was answering some texts I can't talk about and talking to some people I can't talk about and looking through the press release.
Forward all that shit to me if you don't mind.
You got it.
I can talk about it.
I thought I misheard, but it seems like I didn't misheard. Were you guys saying that NBA 2K21 isn't an EA game? That's a 2K game, right? Somebody was confused. I saw the chat.
Blessing said
I messed it up. Now that I think about it, that
no, it's one of those things. Welcome to live reacting to a conference. You just went like, I know you know that information. I'm just pointing it out, so people are like,
that's a good point.
Oh man, you want to take some questions? You want to see what the audience was thinking over here?
Yeah,
let's
do it.
Can we talk about Ratchet and Clank though?
Yeah,
I'm very excited. Like aside from Spider-Man, Ratchet and Clank is also my other biggest like my favorite announcement from this thing. The way they showed it off was excellent, right? Like you actually get an idea of how it's taking advantage of the new system, of how it's taking advantage of the SSD, right? With all the dimension collapsing and like switching through worlds and all that stuff. Like that stuff looked awesome. The visually, like it looked awesome. Like it didn't necessarily read to me as that much better looking than Ratchet and Clank 2016, which also looked really great. But
dude,
with
Wes,
all
here's
the
the
lights.
You're watching a 1080p compressed video.
And
Well, yeah.
Wes, like I remember when you first came to Kind of Funny and we played Spider-Man, and you were like, "This is how this game's supposed to look" when you saw it in 4K and HDR.
Oh yeah.
Now that no, you still don't have a 4K TV, right?
No, I don't. Yeah.
Damn it.
I'm rocking 1080p.
As soon as you
HDR.
have the opportunity, you need to play Ratchet and Clank 2016 on a TV with HDR. It is absolutely gorgeous, and with all the
4K.
ray tracing and stuff, oh my god, like this game is going to look so much better than 2016.
Yeah.